Yo, what's poppin'? What's good, K-Fin? Yes, sir. How about them Chiefs, man? I got my... Let's see. Get my camera. I got my KC gear on. You already know. I had to root for him today against Philly. It was a good game, though. It was a good game. It really was. I thought the Eagles were going to win. I didn't think KC was going to pull it off. I did, man. We had a good time. We went over Fan Friends, and yeah, we had a good time. All right, we have our Gold Rush jersey half case. We have 3 2022 Gold Rush autograph jerseys. Jerry is the Panthers, Ryan is the Titans, Heath is the Jets, Todd is the Niners, Jeff is the Broncos, Cody is the Cardinals, Levick is the Packers, Joey is the Lions, Lewis is the Eagles, Josh is the Texans and Hawks, KP has the Finns, Ed is the Commanders, Tony has the Vikings, Jimmy is the Colts, Ed is the Chargers, Matthew is the Bills, Tyson is the Bears, Adam is the Jags, Jerry is the Falcons, Brian is the Raiders, Ron is the Saints, Jimmy is the Chiefs, Dane is the Browns, Jerry is the Rams, Charles is the Bengals and Giants, Tyson is the Ravens, Tony is the Patriots, Ron is the Steelers, Jerry is the Bucks and Cowboys. Yes, sir. Alright, good luck, guys. That's kind of late. I missed it. Hold up. All right, jersey number 1. Let's see what we got. And how about Brian Dawkins? Nice B-Dog. That's going to the Eagles and Lewis. Nice B-Dog. That is Becky COA. Congrats on that. Yeah, he ran a lot of those. I'm not maybe hit for the one grand in the group, like the mini helmet and the jerseys. I don't even know the full size. Congrats on that. Yeah, it was a good win. Everyone's blaming the refs. Like, I get it. It was a weak call, and it was an uncatchable ball. I don't think it should have been called, even though it technically was holding. But, I mean, the Eagles just got dominated. I think it was. I mean, Jimmy. I think it was holding, but I think it was not a lot of holding, and I also think it was an uncatchable ball. I don't think it should have been called, but it was. I don't think it would have. Honestly. Even if it wasn't called, I don't think I think that the Chiefs kicked the field goal. I don't think it changes the outcome of the game. I really don't. But even at that, people are blaming the loss on the refs. It's like, dog, you got outscored 24-11 in the second half. The defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. I mean, I get it. It was a weak call, but play better and you don't have to worry about that. I mean, I'm guilty of myself when refs call bad calls against the Cowboys, but at the end of the day, I mean, if you play good enough, or your team should play good enough to where they can even avoid putting themselves in that situation. I mean, that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Cortland Sutton. That's what I always get told when I complain about calls. And I will reciprocate the same thing. Cortland Sutton, Becca COA. Let's go on to the Broncos. And where's the Broncos? Why do I not see the Broncos on here? Jeff with the Broncos. Yeah, it shouldn't have been called. But again, the Eagles should have played better. I mean, it's that simple. Their defense, I mean, they couldn't get any pressure on Mahomes all night. They couldn't stop a nosebleed in the second half. You know, their offense, that 4th and 2 where they punted the ball instead of going for it. Was it a bad call? Yes. Did it cost them the game? No, they cost themselves the game. We still have one more, Tyson. You just missed the first two. I agree, Jimmy. I agree. Especially in the Super Bowl. I wouldn't have called it, but what do I know? Last jersey. Good luck, guys. How about a LaDainian Tomlinson? Nice. Nice LT. Beckett Steelers as well as going to the Chargers. And Ed. There you go, Ed. Nice LaDainian. And I mean, again, you know, let's not act like the Eagles didn't get calls in their favor that game. There was a holding call on the Eagles. I think it actually might have been Bradbury early on in the first that the refs didn't call. The Goddard catch, that wasn't a catch. I don't really know how that stood. I guess because it was called a catch on the field. But, I mean, I don't think that was a catch. He didn't have control when he bobbled the ball. And then when he got control of the ball, only 1 foot came down in bounds. So let's not act like the Eagles didn't have calls that didn't go their way, because they most certainly did. It just so happened that the one call that was kind of spotlighted didn't go their way. Again, though, like I said, I think even if it went their way, I don't think it changes the outcome of the game. The Chiefs kicked the field goal. The Eagles have a minute and a half to go downfield and score. Maybe. Granted, it's only it would only be a field goal they need. Definitely possible with that team, but I don't know. I mean, the Chiefs had all the momentum in the second half. And even then, it goes to overtime. If they did kick the field goal. So, no, they're actually 2023 jerseys, not 2022. 2023. Autographed. I mean, we can sit here all day and argue about it. What was the first jersey? It was a Brian Dawkins. Yeah, I think the fumble should have been called. I agree, Jimmy. We can sit here all day and pick out calls that the refs got wrong in every single game. Like, it happens. It's going to happen. The refs are awful. As a team, you have to they understand. They know that the refs are awful. You hear it all the time. So you have to avoid putting yourself in the position of relying on the refs. I mean, you have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, we can come up with, the Cowboys should have won the championship in 2014, but the refs screwed up the Dez catch. Last year in the playoffs against the Niners, I don't understand the play call, but the Cowboys should have had a shot at the end zone to win the game, but the refs bobbled the ball and let the clock run out. So it's, you can come up with instances in every game where the refs screw something up. I agree, Jimmy. I agree. I don't think the NFL is rigged. I think, like people are like, oh, the script. I don't think there's a script. That's ridiculous. There's just too many players and coaches and personnel that would have to be involved. It just wouldn't work. I do think that sometimes the referees can pick a favorite almost and influence the game that way, but I don't think it's rigged. And I don't think tonight. I thought tonight. It wasn't a laundry fest. People are complaining about the refs because that one call, but realistically, there wasn't a lot of flags all game. I thought they let him play. Um, I thought it was actually a really good officiated game. They didn't call a lot of holdings, not a lot of anything, man. They really kind of stayed out of the game until the end. And I mean, technically it was holding. Again, I wouldn't have called it on that stage with a minute left, but I don't know. I don't think it's fair to put all the blame on the refs when the Eagles literally put themselves in that position. And like I said, as an NFL team, you have to recognize that officiating is awful and stay out of those instances. You can't rely on the refs to make the right call. If you rely on the refs to win the game for you, you're going to lose. Yeah, he did. He held twice. He held once on the cut, and then once when he came back, when he spun around. Yeah, he held twice. It's whatever. You're going to hear about it for days. People are just going to blame the refs. Even though Bradbury literally admitted to holding. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. Anyways, that was all that we have for tonight, guys. I was going to throw up some minis for the impeccable. Time ran away from me. We'll get the impeccable full for tomorrow. We'll get the Zenith full for tomorrow, and we'll get the Mosaic full for tomorrow. We'll have all those going. I'm sure WIP is whining. Well, yeah, we'll have all those going tomorrow night. So, yeah, word. Thank you guys for the fill. We appreciate it.